Testing suara, checking. Hmm. Testing with you guys. Hmm. Testing. I try to play my phone. More play that. Guys, okay. Live sudah. Drop frames nada. That's interesting. Okay, but yeah, there's something there. Hmm. Not sure. Okay, so it's playing. So it's just my phone yang ada masalah. Try to restart the app. Two 15. Okay, starting soon. Okay. Wah, look what's on the timer. Timer 15, so 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, start. Okay, timer is start. Let me try it. My iPad. Sama my phone dah nampak. On that note, test mic, test mic. Okay, Mizi can hear me. Checking Mizi. Apa je nama uh, apa Apple Pen mo? Well, yang macam tu nampak. Chat nothing. To checking. Let's check my slides. Mata dah miss something. Sometimes I miss something. Wait, no, not using that one. Kurang nampak orang. Tu nah. Okay. Title check. Okay, biasa. Oh, I didn't highlight that one. Okay, highlight. Nope. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride. Baru saja. Maybe minggu depan kali kata. Okay, okay. Dah, 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 dah. Hey, Apple Pencil original kah? Last minute, check the slides if ada kan ku ubah. Hey, pitching 101. Hmm. There's something missing. Something is there. Legit. Love. Just an idea. Wow. Original Apple Pen. Berapa tuh harganya tuh? Hai. Hai Shu. Baru aku nampak your message at this point. Dia kedengaran kah? Is my voice clear? Shu cannot hear my voice? Can hear my voice? Okay. Okay, kedengaran. Wah, berapa harganya Indah ingat? Kalau aku ingat mah barang-barang mahalan ni. Radio office. What? Nada pasang headset ni? Just satu speaker saja. Oh, baru aku nampak message cerah tu. Hello, Meje. Yun. Lupa aku ah. Okay, 9 more minutes. Usually, aku share arah. YouTube live. Ten, 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 ten. Wow. Mana announcement YouTube live kau ni? Ten, 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 ten. Ten, 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 ten. Oops, okay. Nah, nampak Lari. Okay. Shoot when you post the YouTube trim. See now. What was it looking for? What was I looking for? YouTube. And then look for the links. It's the same link. La 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 la. Okay, okay, okay. Live. Shoot when you post the YouTube trim. Where do I? What's the share button sini? Share button, share button, share button. Bagi link sila. Wait. Is there a share link? Mana share link ni? Ni na. Share. Okay, copy. Hitam sila. Da 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 da. Tu na. Okay ba? Okay. Yes. Thanks, Mijit. Ni kan ku forward. Forward. Tu LiveWIRE alumni. The new one. Alumni. Must be why. LiveWIRE. Update. LiveWIRE. Batch. Then there's one more. Is that everything? Okay lah. Bagi saya. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Jingle all the way. I don't know the song. Aku saja menyanyi. Indahku tak kenapa. Hey, wow. LiveWIRE subscribers three watching now. Who are watching? That's interesting. Lagi. Is it from my house kali? Is my connection okay kah? Because I tried to watch YouTube on the same computer but did I stop it? Should I stopped it? Three
Okay.
watching now. Cancel. Who are watching? La 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 la. Hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Jingle bells, jingle all the
That's interesting.
way. Lagi. 4 minutes. Is it from my house kali? Is my connection okay kah? Because I tried to watch YouTube on the same computer but did I stop it? Should I stopped it? Three
Okay.
watching now. Cancel. Who are watching? Is it from my house kali? Is my connection okay kah? Because I tried to watch YouTube on the same computer
3 more minutes.
did I stop it? Should I stopped it? Three
Okay.
watching now. Cancel. Who are watching? Hmm. Why do I hear a second sound? Is it from my house kali? Is my There's a lag or a repeat? I don't know what's happening. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey. Oh, interesting. It's 2 minutes and a half. I was wondering, since next year Friday is gonna be like atau afternoon is gonna work from home. Well, set Friday afternoon. I'm tempted to do something live every Friday afternoon. Relax saja dari rumah kah? Or live in real life, live on location. Hmm. Sekarang aku mikirkan. Okay, so far. La 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 la. Hey. Where is my? Oh shoot! It's left in the office. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do without that. I can use this assistant. Nope. Oh. Oh, kau sekarang tanya buat link eh? Oh, starting soon. Less than a minute. Okay. Standing by. Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I did notice that half of the room is pink. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Ada bunyi kan dia this timer? Dun, 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 dun. Nah, ada. Okay, no time. Okay, let's begin. Okay, welcome to the 11th episode of YouTube Live Series. Our title today is Prepare Your Presentation and Pitching Using ICT or Information Communication Technology. I think better tukar lah and pitching using prepare your presentation and pitching using technology. Okay, hopefully the slide goes well. Okay, moves. Okay, okay, so what we're gonna be looking at is the introduction to the series and streamer, especially if you're new, and preparing your presentation and pitching using technology, programs and activities from LiveWIRE, and upcoming streaming content. I could scratch that because this is the end of the year. We have yet to share what we plan to do next year. And Q&A, if anyone has any questions or if anyone just wants to chat. So yeah, you are welcome to. So okay, introduction. So again, if you're new, this is a series of entrepreneurship topics. Snippets will be used for video content for online referral. And most of the topics are actually summaries or short contents, short snippets of the actual real life workshop contents. And I will try to have a discussion and Q&A between main topics. So it's not just me talking, call that just YouTube, like YouTube videos and not YouTube live. And if you want to and you feel that someone might feel that this content is useful, you may share the live link. Okay, then so this is the planned content if you have been following us. So we started in January this year, from entrepreneurship to ideas to funding to legal processes. We had lawyers on that one. And then we had business model and planning, market research, market strategies, operations, organization and managing teams, and then financial um, planning and management basics. And this month, because we had 1 month that we weren't able to do our YouTube live, so we're squeezing the episode 11 and 12 into one. So presentation and pitching and using ICT for business, but more focus on the preparation for for the business plan presentations. Okay, so if you don't know me, my name is Muhammad Falahuddin bin Haji Hassan, alias Muhammad Hassan Bobby. Just call me Bobby. I am an entrepreneur. I've done a few businesses. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound from outside the window. I should have thought about that. So I'm an entrepreneur. I've had a few businesses, and I'm an endurance athlete. I like to do long exercises, running, swimming, cycling. I love business, IT, and science, and above all, I like to share what I know. So I am an educator. So we'll be talking about is pitching basically and using technology. So this copies a bit of our pitching 101 masterclass. And then using ICT to plan, manage, and run your business. So we have the digital transformation masterclass, and also when we do our business plan series, we do require the participants to use to bring the computer to create the business plan during the workshop. Okay, and so we're now pitching 101. Just checking for chat if there's any questions. Oh, wow, Mr. Loki watching from Sabah watching dari mana? Dari iCenter. Okay, thank you for joining us. Okay, I don't know why you guys are joining. I'm very sure you guys handal sudah pitching and handal je teknologi je lah, but maybe there's something that you like to learn je lah. So pitching 101. Okay. Nanti. Oops. Lapin nombor kan? Okay. So in the workshop, basically we're covering the basic components of communications, and we share the tips and tricks on presenting effectively. So after the workshop, if you are joining the workshop, then you need to identify your audience and tailor your material for your audience so that you can communicate and present more effectively.
So in the workshop, we discuss more what is a pitch, but in general, there are three different pitch. So one is funding pitch. You're pitching to business, to banks, to investors to get funding. And then there's the elevator pitch. There's someone that you might want to partner up with, but you don't have that much time. Usually like a few seconds to a few minutes. And then there's client presentation. So you're pitching to your customers that you want to sell them a product or service. So uh, if you are familiar with any of this, just share sajalah, chat saya if you're familiar with any of them, or there's other pitches that you're familiar with. Okay, so we highly recommend you join a pitch event. So if you follow LiveWire closely, you know we have a business awards competition as well as hackathon. So we highly recommend you to join because you have opportunities to join the Lavoie program. There we also have media coverage. So you might even be covered in the newspaper or even on the TV or radio. And then you might have opportunities to contact mentors and coaches, network with organizations. There are a few of people when they join the business awards, they got to talk together and then they have a new venture together. I think there was one recent one is first aid, and then they joining in with the VR AR company. So it's a good opportunity to network with others. So you build market or network linkages, and you can reach out and interact with other Live alumni and strengthen the LiveWire network. Okay, so most common problems are pitches are often unclear. Some people talk about it, but the listeners, the audience doesn't understand. So the audience is often left confused. So you have to keep in mind what you need to include in the pitch. Okay, so what you need to include on depends on what you want to present. So if you have a long time with that person, maybe you can have the business plan. But if you have a shorter time, and then a business model canvas, and even if you have a lot more shorter time, then a problem solution statement. Usually the elevator pitch will be in the problem solution statement. So if you don't know what it is, I'll cover a bit more. And of course, you have other workshops that you can attend to learn more. So in a business plan, so you have several sections. So business profile, who you are, product and service, what you're selling, market research, who you sell to, market strategy, how you reach the market, operations, how you create your products and services, organization, who is in your team, in your operations to help make the business happen, the finances, the revenue and expenses required to start run business, and maybe how to break even, and of course the future plan. What will you do in the future? What you plan to do? Maybe example, start a food stall, then you want to expand into a restaurant. So again, this is highly detailed. So if you don't have that much time, then highly recommended is the business model canvas. So these are 9 modules or 9 sections. It's almost similar to a business plan, but more recently, a lot of people tend to use this. There's also another canvas called Lean Canvas. There's a lot of canvases out there, but we in LiveWire usually share or teach the business model canvas (BMC) or the Lean Canvas, Lean Canvas. Okay, so the in the business model canvas, so you might see one whole canvas here, but in your presentation, of course, you present one by one because one whole canvas in itself is quite overwhelming. So if you haven't, we actually have other YouTube videos on this, on the business model canvas. I think on the business planning, I think episode 2 or 3. I think it's on 3, how to plan. So have more in the information on this one. So in the business model canvas, just in case you want the short information lah. So value proposition, basically what you want to share or when you want to sell products or services. Then customer segments, who you want to sell to, how do you reach them through the channels, how's your relationship with them to the customer relationships. So this is basically in the business plan is the product and service, and market research and market strategy. And then on the left side, we have key activities, resources, and key partners. Generally, this is operations and organizations and collaborations. Then on the bottom, we have the cost and revenue streams. This is basically the finances. So cost structure, what you need to spend on, and revenue streams, what you can do to make money, or what are your sources of revenue. So again, when you're presenting, you can technically use this whole canvas itself, but recommended one section in one slide at a time. I know some presentation software can do like maybe zoom in and then zoom out the business model canvas. So that's something that some people have done. Okay, and then we have the third method. If you have really, really short time, so you just use the problem solution statement. Why are you selling it? What are you selling? Who are you? Why you? And what are the opportunities that you offer in the future? Okay, and then when we look into the problem, so the business is an answer, the response to a problem. So identify what is the problem, how big is the problem, why is the problem urgent, why should the listener care, the audience? So what you're providing is the solution to the people's problem, the customers' problems. So you're providing the solution, that path to get them what they want. So simple one, okay, AirAsia lah, ha? You want to go to, let's say KK. There's a lot of solutions. So AirAsia, or you could use a bus by coach, or by yourself, self, or rent a car. So there's a lot of solutions. So what solution are you providing to solve their problem? What the customer wants? Okay, in the solution, you want to paint a vivid picture of the promised land. You have the curse of knowledge, so don't go too specific or too deep. So some people, when they present, they have a lot of jargons. This quite commonly happens with technology companies. They use a lot of tech terms. Thankfully, most of the judges usually have IT background, so they understand sometimes. But there are those who don't. So we try to be general. So don't go too deep that someone might not understand. But above all, don't forget to explain how you generate revenue. The idea can be sexy, can be disruptive, can be innovative. But if you're not making money from it, then most people won't be interested. Most bankers, investors, angel investors even won't be interested. Then the credibility. Who are you that you are credible enough to start and run this business to provide that solution? So what provides credibility is what progress have you made. So if your work in progress is better than if you're just starting, and if you already have a product or a prototype, it's better than if you're in production. So the further you are in the progress, then the more credible you are. What proof can you offer that you will be successful? So, is there any case study, a similar business, or have you done something like this before that you've succeeded in? Why are you the right team if you are by yourself or but with others? Why are you the right team? And then, what obstacles do you anticipate, and how will you overcome them? So, this is the almost like SWOT as well. The threats and challenges. What can you do to overcome them? Then the future, the projection. So where is it going? So once you provide the solution to the customers to solve their problem, what's the end result? So where is this going? How big is the market? How many people are in the world that wants to use that solution? How can how can your early traction be a foundation to do more? So your earlier success can be a basis to do more, to achieve more later. So the more you succeed, the more in the past, the more you will succeed in the future. And can the audience participate in some way? So again, who are you talking to? What do you want from them? So usually for investors, you want them to invest in you. For bankers, yeah, to loan money to you. For customers, so that they can buy from you. So always ask. Okay, so that's the content of your presentation. So how to communicate effectively. So there are three important steps. First, identify who is your audience. Again, depends on the type of pitch, you have different type of audience. And then what type of communication is going to be effective depends on the audience. The type of communication will be different. And then finally, you need to adapt your style to be more effective. So show off your personality during your presentation. Okay, so identify who is your audience. So, uh, identify the demographics. Again, if it's customers or investors, identify what industry they are, what positions, what education, their locations, and understand your audience, their psychological and sociological principles. There's a term, it's not just the demographics, their age, or age, gender, occupation, but it's also their psychographics, who they are, what they want, what they need, what they like, what they dislike. So that will be helpful. And then identify challenges. So if you understand them, you might understand their, what's the word, objections. So if you identify what's their objections, you can overcome or provide solution for those objections. In our business plan series, we usually share this slide. So the again depends on your presentation. So you wanna present on to different people. So bankers, investors, managers, customers, judges, and teachers and lecturers. But you have to identify what are they looking for, what are they listening for, what details do they want. Oops. So the answers are not here. So in general, most people don't know bankers are not there to make money. Well, they are there to make money, but they want to loan you money and that they can get it back in return. So as long as you can pay back, they'll be fine. So a bad banker would probably see a bad business, but you have the collateral to pay, so they don't mind borrowing that money to you. So if the business fails, they'll get money from the guarantor or the collateral. Investors, on the other hand, they depends on investors. So some investors want money, some investors want to be the first, some investors just don't want to miss out. So different personalities of investors. We actually have another topic on raising funds, so you can look into the different type of investors. Managing partners. So if you are partnering up with someone in business, that's usually quite common. So you have to explain to them what the business is all about. So they want to be partner with you on the business. Customers, of course, when you're selling to them, what are the benefits that they get? Why should they be giving you money to to buy your product or services? What do they get in return? Something, it could be just simple as fun, or to solve their problems, their aches, their pains, and so on. And then we have the judges. So in competitions, or could be judges or evaluators. In competitions like business awards, we have judges. So usually they have a list of things that they need to check. That depends on the organizer. I will share the list of the general terms in LiveWIRE, business awards that we usually do. And then finally, teachers and lecturers. I know in schools, entrepreneurship is a thing. It's a module. It's a part of the curriculum now. So usually they want to see everything is filled in. All the check boxes are filled. So basically everything. So in LiveWire, in our business awards, so the type of judges is not just one type. It's not just the banker. So we usually have a range of people. So ranging from academic, from high institutions, from schools, then professionals, people who are accountants, managers, finance, okay, of course, accounts as well, but also could be from banks or investors themselves, and entrepreneurs, and usually in a specific area. So usually if we have a business that's in fishery, then of course that will get an entrepreneur or a professional in fishery so that they can uh, share their knowledge or they have their input on evaluating that business on the industry. So the evaluation looks into the presentation ability, so your ability to present. So it's best if you can have someone who knows how to present, or if not, you learn how to present. It's a learnable skill. I would highly recommend Toastmasters, Brunei Speakers Club, if you want to improve your presentation skills. Otherwise, yeah, you can learn by yourself. But the best way to learn is to do. So present as much as you can. And in Toastmasters, you have a opportunity almost every week. And then they look in the knowledge, so whether the person knows the business. Sometimes it's someone else making the business plan and someone else who speaks. So the judges will see whether you know what you're talking about, usually especially in the question and answers. Okay, and then personal skills, so looking at the person skills and attributes. I'll just tambahkan siya. So what can you do? What's your skill set? Are you the manager? Are you the marketing? Are you the HR? So what are the skills that you bring into the business? And the attributes is your characteristics. So whether overconfident ka, or proud or passionate, or clueless. That's again, this is quite subjective. Okay, so just sharing. But of course, we in our bootcamp we also share. Our program manager actually shares on what the common mistakes and what the things that the judges often complain about. So if you want to know more, you can join our bootcamp, our business awards next year, and then you can learn more. Okay, next. Okay, so effective communications. Again, you can learn these skills. But one of the things that I like to share is this diagram. Very well-known diagram where there's three elements in communication. So the spoken words itself is 7%, the voice intonations, how you say those words, is 38%, and the body language is 55%. So most people will only, well, will mostly see you rather than listen to you. Which this shows quite well, like in silent movies or Mr. Bean. So people can understand the situation just by looking at it, by looking at the visuals. But most of the time, it's subconscious. We don't really realize it, but that's how we communicate. So you need to adapt this, to learn this, to input this into your presentation. So in your presentations is 7% is the words you speak. So your slides, above all, that's just 7% with the words that you say. And how you speak it passionately or boring, that's noticeable. And then how you look, your presentation, your whether you're wearing a suit or not. So, interesting. I just noticed I'm wearing a round shirt, but it's actually a LiveWIRE shirt. So there's a LiveWIRE logo here. So it's part of branding. Okay, but yeah, yeah, you can wear a suit, but then depends on the business that you're presenting. So if you're farming business, it doesn't make sense that you're presenting with a suit. Of course, you don't want to present with a coverall. So that's just ridiculous. So find your middle ground. But based on your presentation when you speak. Now, in terms of slide contents, that also applies. So in your slide, even on this slide, you can see. Minimal amount of the slide is the text, 7%. Okay, maybe a bit more lah than 10%. But yeah, it's very minimal. Text is very minimal. The tone and the theme, so the colors, the branding, that's part of it. And related lah the visuals. So there's a blurry line here on tone and theme and visuals. So visuals is how it looks overall, the layout. Slide contents so also follows this rule. So again, verbal, vocal, and visual. So those three elements. Okay, and let's look at the common mistakes. So one common mistake is too much time on the problem and not enough time on the solution. So if you're given 5 minutes, some people spend like 4 minutes on the problem and not on the solution. So try to find balance. So if you're 5 minutes, again, let's just say the problem statement process, problem, solution, credibility, and future. So just 1 minute on every section. And then another issue is getting too technical. I mentioned this earlier, too deep. So don't try to sound too smart. Okay, just simple English is good enough. And don't try to mention everything in your pitch, just the highlights. Again, you only have a certain amount of time. You can't explain like a 30-page business plan in 5 minutes, everything. So just the highlight, what's interesting, and maybe later in the Q&A, you can answer if they ask. Okay, now a common mistake in your pitch deck. So some people have wordy slides. So I know some people notice lecturers sometimes do this. They have a lot of content, but I guess in technical presentation it's fine. But in a business pitch, usually you could say the 20/80 rule. So 20% text and 80% visuals if possible. They say a picture paints 1,000 words, but of course you need to align that picture with the message that you want. So left or right. So generally most people are more attracted to the right. There's a lot more to see, a lot more. But I would have added a few texts. Maybe just even keep the titles, like the capital helps farmers. And then, as mentioned earlier, text heavy on the content. Oh, I think the alignment on the text, I thought I fixed it. Okay, so that's on the next. Text heavy on the content and use bullet points or keywords instead. So again, too much text, nine visuals, and it's not even clear what that is. That could be a hill. And then it's also blurry picture. And then just minimize, just less garbage in the landfill. So minimize just the highlight. So just be careful. Sometimes if you have a lot to share, a lot to say, then there's a lot of slides. Because it's basically one slide, one phrase. So be careful of how you make the slides. And then another common mistake is it's too complicated. So if you're a technical person, yes, this will be okay. For an accountant, this will be good. But not everyone is a technical person, so they might not understand it. So try to summarize it. So instead of the details, just do the summary, the end result. In this case, on the right side is the market size, how many people book, how many want to budget and actually use the service. So just highlight what's important. You don't have to do every detail. If the person requests or asks in the Q&A, then you can share. Okay, to summarize, having a strong value proposition is essential for being able to communicate effectively. So the key message that you want to send, be cognizant or be aware of your audience and what message will resonate with them. Again, with the investors, bankers, or customers. Based on that audience, identify what format and content will work best. So you can see the difference when you're proposing to government or to private sector or to a partner. So different people will require different formats. And then develop your own unique style, but be nimble to make small modifications based on the audience. So again, that's the pitching part. Now we're gonna go into the using technology for business. So business planning, business processes, and so on. But I'm just gonna check in with the chat if anyone has any questions. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, just ask, and when I notice them, and I think I can answer them well, then I will answer as best as I can. Okay, so no questions. Okay, so we're gonna go through this quickly. Okay, using technology for your business. Okay, so first part is using IT to create a business plan. So we were just talking about business plan or business plan presentations. So in general, most people will just use Office applications. But I have noticed a lot of younger people, younger generation, don't care much about Microsoft Office. They are okay with Google, or the more well-off people will be using Apple. Okay, to each their own. Okay, so in general, you wanna use, of course, long time ago, maybe people create their business plans using typewriter. Actually, not maybe, I've seen it. My father used to create a whole business plan just from the typewriter. But now it's easy with all the technology. So on the right side here, so what things you need to do, you need to write out the business plan, the financial statements, creating the slides, the graphics, maybe even share with your partners, and then collaborate with your partners or your staff. So in general, you need word processors, spreadsheets, presentation application, graphic design, cloud storage, and video call conference communications. So nowadays, most of us are quite familiar already with all these technologies. But if you aren't, please do so. It's relatively easy to learn. But if you're not, again, when we do the business plan series, a huge, well, about half of it, we get people to do it on their computers. So if you have something, if you have an idea, you present your business plan on the spot, you will create it. And then if you have more time than you put it on the computer. So you can, again, there's Microsoft, there's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, MS Teams. Then for Google, there's Google Docs, Sheets, Google Presentations. And then for Apple, there's Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. Of course, there are other mentions here. So presentation nowadays, people use Canva. So it's quite nice. There's a lot of templates that you can use, but if you don't understand the templates, then it's difficult to use it properly. Then graphic design, of course, Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, but there are other apps as well on the mobile phone. There's several graphic design apps, but I've noticed a few people have been using Canva. Cloud storage to keep the files, especially if you're in a team that you want to make sure everyone is updated. And the cool thing about Google Drive, I noticed, and Microsoft Office Online, people can actually work on the same file at the same time. So you save a lot of time. You don't have to share pen drives or anything. It's just there. Dropbox is possible, but there's a problem with conflicts. What I mean conflicts, the file. So if you can't edit the file at the same time, or else the system won't break, but it will create two files. So better not. So if you wanna do linearly, yes, you could use Dropbox, but if you wanna use at the same time, then use the Office Online or the Google Drive. I don't know about the iCloud. Again, I'm not an Apple person. Okay, so using ICT to create a business plan and presentations. I think some of you might be familiar with most of this already. Okay, so the skills that you might need in some of this, I would like to mention. So in Word, there are business plan templates, but if you don't know the concepts of a business plan, then it's difficult to change it, to edit it. It might have some explainers, but again, if you don't have a basic level understanding, you might not be able to use it properly. I've seen people try to use templates and they didn't even edit certain things, just copy paste. So that's a huge red flag. So don't edit them if you don't know what you're doing. But just join our workshops. So then you understand, then you can edit. Okay, and then the styles and table of contents. There are ways to automatically make table of contents in Word. You can Google all these things. Header and footer. So when you print, there's the text in the on the top and on the bottom. Page number. I know it's simple, but for some people, without any page number, it's just going to be annoying, especially if they're going to try to refer on to different pages. And interestingly, in Word, you can insert graphics, you can create simple drawings. Uh, but in the business plan, it's useful, just to make it more dynamic, more visual, more attractive. Organization chart, also this is available in PowerPoint. And then, of course, tables and export to PDF. So when you submit, nowadays, submissions require, well, through email or on an application. So usually they request PDF rather than Word. Even if they don't request for PDF, it's highly recommended that you just export to PDF, because PDF is not editable. If you send Word through, to the system, then they can edit it. There's a danger there. If you have if you use Word to send it, then people can easily copy paste. So if you want to protect it, you should export to PDF. Of course, I know you can bypass it, but I guess if people are smart enough to do that, they're probably smart to do it themselves anyway. And then Excel, so basics, just using formulas and cell addresses. A1 plus B1 and then equal whatever. The formatting design, so that to make the tables nice, importing into Word and PowerPoint. This is quite interesting because when people copy paste, there is sometimes it doesn't show up like how you create it. So there is a technique. The simplest one is you paste as picture. So just try it out. And then, of course, in the business plan, you need to create the finances, the startup cost, the profit and loss, the cash flow. So in our business plan series, we usually teach this on how to write the cash flow, creating the graphs, and printing the worksheets. So some people need to print. There is a technique in printing the worksheets. Some people find it annoying because they don't know how. But the easiest one, again, just copy, paste into Word, and then print it. A long way, but you don't have to if you know how. Then I think this is the last one. Yeah, PowerPoint. I highly recommend what's called the outline view. If you're in a hurry to create something, you use the outline view. And then you can design the slides. So if you want to be consistent with all your slides, you can use the slide master. And then if you want to get people's attention, use animations, videos, and transitions. There are a few templates as well. Footers, as you notice down here, so just making sure that people are they know what they're looking at most of the time. Printing the handouts. So in LiveWIRE, we tend to do 2x2 landscape, but some people prefer smaller, some people prefer bigger, but that's our middle ground. And of course, again, exporting to PDF. There is a way to export. Previously, before, I think before the Office Online, it used to be file save as, sorry, file print and then save to PDF or export to PDF. Now there is a file export to PDF. So it's now an inbuilt feature of Office. And of course, using presentation view. There's a way to present in PowerPoint where the audience sees the slides while you see your notes. So if you can use that, so then it helps you with reading your notes. So you don't actually have to have separate notes on hand. The notes is already on the slide. Okay, last part. Okay, so originally it's again for this part, for the business plan, is how you create your business plan using ICT. But now just to add, uh, and this is also a preview to our next upcoming masterclass, is digital transformation. So how to use technology in your business. So this is the general outline. What is digital transformation? So I think for those people yang lama sudah who has been with us for a while, so this is something new that you might wanna join. So look forward to it. What is digital transformation? What's important? The 5 business strategy domains, understanding the key digital solutions, how to assess what digital solutions your business needs, introduce digital solutions to your business, and the conclusion. So this is the main part in the masterclass, but I will share a few slides laha. But again, further discussion in that masterclass. So coming soon. So looking what digital transformation is, its definition by different companies, different organizations, the difference between digitization and digitalization. So the end word here is information is digitized and processes are digitalized. So the difference between those terms and what is digital transformation. So in general, the whole business process uses technology, is digitized or digitalized. On my take on it is, if you remember this process, for those people who follow from the beginning, this is usually the process of starting and running a business. So from ideas to planning and then running, setting up the business to actually running the business. So for each part of this, you can actually look into what are the technologies, what the things that you need to do. So even from ideation simple, it's just listing, brainstorming, mind mapping, even Google search. But nowadays, there's AI. I don't know if anyone around this time have heard of OpenGPT. You can probably ask it, what business can I start? And then it'll give you an outline of what you can do. So just look it up if you want. If you want OpenGPT. Planning and preparation, so business plans, so writing using the software that we just earlier mentioned, so the office applications, funding, applying on funding sources. A lot of funding process is now online, so you need to be able to do those to create those documents and to create those documents and to prepare them and submit them. Then there's legal processes. So a lot of processes now are online. I think I shared on the registration and licenses, the legal processes. So it's mostly online. So you need to be able to know how to apply, to use online, and to digitize your documents so you can apply online. Then rental expenses, all the money processing. So using internet banking, I think most of us are familiar with internet banking already. If not, you should. It's relatively easy. So instead of using the CDMs, cash deposit machine, you can just transfer. So it's just relatively easy. A lot of shops nowadays accept internet banking, even just simple transfer. So again, technology. Operations and organizations. So I recommend using enterprise resource planning software or ERP. And then included in that is usually the CRM and HRM. So more on that in the admin and finance as well. So customer relations management and human resource management. So instead of having paper here and there, managing the company, you have it online, like even simple like leave application. or allowance application, so you can have it online. All the system there, you don't need to have any more paper. Marketing and sales, this is a no-brainer. Yes, we have to do online marketing nowadays. But don't forget, we need to do market research. So now we can do market research online using Google Forms, MS Forms, Typeform, SurveyMonkey, and all that. And then, of course, marketing, you want to use social media. Again, you can create the content using Canva. But highly recommend if you can have a website with a point of sale system or a merchant payment gateway. And finally, I mean, finance in terms of managing the business, you need the ERP again. An example is in Brunei, a local one is Cendana by Dynamic Solutions, Dynamic Technologies. So they have that. They have the whole system, so you can digitalize or transform your business digitally. Okay, and just sharing on the 5 domains. So there are 5 domains. So customers. So previously that was my take. Now this guy David L. Rogers. You can probably find his book or his YouTube talk. I think TED talk. I think. So he talks about digital transformation. So in terms of handling customers, dealing with competition, collecting data, innovating your business, and adding value into your business. So again, in our masterclass, we'll go deeper into this. But for now, I'm just sharing the main content, understanding key digital solutions. So these are the common software that you want to look into, or not software, system solutions. So bookkeeping, digital payments, banking, CRM, as before, HRM, digital marketing. Then understanding customer behavior, agro-technology, supply chain management, and don't forget cybersecurity. That's probably something that most people should understand. Keep your system safe. So once you understand what are available, then you assess what your company needs, and then you apply. So you diagnose your business, you analyze what you need, and then you execute. So again, this is part of the digital transformation masterclass. So again, I'm not going to cover too much on this one. As you can see, this is the diagnostic process where you identify problem, assess your reality, and what is your high level solution that you are planning to get. This is a decision tree. What can you do? What can you not? Analysis, you explore solutions, investigate your competitors, and analyze the gap. What can you fill in? And then finally, the execution. So what are the solutions that you can use, compare the benefits and costs, and create an acquisition plan. What can you buy? What will you buy? Okay, and then introducing it. So um, what are the things that you need to do? So solution itself is not enough. You need to train how to use that solution. Even in LiveWIRE, we're going through the digital transformation. Uh, our IT team has to train our staff, to train everyone, teach everyone how to use that system. Don't expect people just to understand how they are. Although I would say most technology should be like that. That it's easy to use, that people should know. But in business, sometimes you just need to learn. You need to teach. Okay, then there's a and software as a service thing. Um, basically using the cloud, basically, instead of just software on the computer. But again, we'll talk on that in the master class. So I'm just gonna skip through. Okay, so I think last one. So the final conclusion, it's a fluid and dynamic process. It's the best time to do it now, and you should have metrics and have a learning process on how you can adapt and uh, use that technology in your business. Okay, so that's basically the preview. So that's basically it. That's done for today. So if you want to find out more, again, this was about presentation and using technology. So in the business plan series, we do have a part on presentations. We usually, if you have time, and if especially if it's a younger group, like in university, then we get them to actually do it in their computer. So in the class, they'll create the business plan or the business plan presentation and the cash flow in their computers. And then we have the master class. We have the pitching 101. So earlier, that's the preview, the pitching 101, and I just shared the digital transformation. So using technology in your business. So if you wanna digitally transform your business, so take up the workshop and see what are the solutions that you can create for your business. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause here for a while for Q&A. If anyone is interested, if anyone has any questions on pitching, presenting, or using technology, whether to create your business plan or to run your business. Checking on how many participants. Okay, so 4 watching now. Who is still watching? Hmm. La la la. Ah, okay. Yep. Okay, no, so far, no question. You. Okay, I'm just gonna again just end with the advertising lah. This has been brought to you by Shella Brunei. Say. So again, we have our programs as mentioned. So if you haven't taken up, so please do so. But if you, I think most of you have taken up, and then you want to learn something more, so just see what's missing and join that one. I would highly recommend join everything, especially since it's relatively cheap and sometimes even free. We have our bright ideas, our business plan series, visioning workshop, leadership camp, business awards. Oh, coming soon, business awards. So I think we'll be launching in the first quarter. Launching, then you can sign up, then you can create your business plan afterwards. Then I think I shared this last time already. Our learning management system. So LiveWIRE.com. So far we've finished up the first part of the bright ideas. We'll be finishing up the second part soon. So if you have taken up the first one, so second one coming soon. So sign up for that and complete your course. And of course, there's an online certificate. Okay, again, the link is there, livebruneidigital.com, or you can scan the QR code. And then we have alumni profile ebook. So this was, I think, last year published. So was it early this year? I think it was early this year. So we'll be publishing another one. So waiting on the marketing team to finish up and then share with everyone. Okay, and again, if you want to find out more on our website and or our IG and Facebook. Okay. Oh, I didn't change this one. So again, that's the end of this year's YouTube live series. So, if you have any comments or questions, maybe even suggestions that what you want us to do next year, just share, just comment if you have any questions. Okay, checking the chat. Any questions? No questions. Okay, kalau no questions, I can end lah. Ooh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So just checking. Okay. So no questions. I'm gonna give. I think there's a 1 minute delay. So just gonna give 1 minute. From my from my end. So just waiting for that 1 minute to cool. Finish. And then if there's no any question, no other, okay. No any questions. So just checking. No other questions. If there isn't any questions, okay. So no questions. Then I'll just end the stream right now. I think there's a 1 minute delay. So just gonna give 1 minute. From my from my end. So just waiting for that 1 minute to cool. Finish. And then if there's no any question, no other, okay. No any questions. So just checking. No other questions. If there isn't any right questions, I don't know if you can, if you guys can hear no the rain through the I'll microphone. Just end the I'm gonna give stream right now. I think there's a 1 minute delay. So just gonna give 1 minute. From my from my end. So just waiting for that 1 minute to cool. Finish. And then if there's no any question, no other, okay. No any questions. So just checking. No other questions. If there isn't any right questions, I don't know if you can, if you guys can hear the rain through the microphone. I'm gonna give stream right now. I think there's a 1 minute delay. So just gonna give one. Okay, I think that's more than enough. Okay, I hope the YouTube live series has been useful for you, and I think you can refer to any of the other slides. So yeah, just refer to them. So hopefully our IT team will be able to trim the video and include in the playlist soon. Okay, so goodbye. Happy New Year. And
from
if those of
my
you celebrate Happy Christmas, and I guess next year is Chinese New Year. We'll see. I mean, what we're gonna do next year. But yeah, okay, bye. La 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 la.